Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to my lunchtime, which is where I'm starting the vlog again, and I'm saving some time today because I've got a rehearsal at 2. I've been working up until this point, which is 12:15, so I'm just going to have a quick ready meal. This is the Tesco's own brand vegetarian mushroom stroganoff and rice. Right, that's that pierced. It's got to go in for 6 minutes. And then I've got to take it out, put some water in with the rice, do stirring and stuff, and pop it back in again to finish off. It's a funny old day today, weather-wise. I mean, lately, it was the same on our gig day. It was having really short bouts of extreme weather, like extremely rainy for about 17 seconds, and then all of a sudden the sun's out again, like a hot summer's day, and then a little bit drizzly, but only for a few seconds, and then back to sunny again, then more torrential rain for a few, and it was doing it all night as well. We were coming back in the car from that gig, and all of a sudden the rain just blasted the windscreen. It was extreme, but it was about 8 seconds or something, and then it was just fine again, completely dry. So bizarre. Anyway, the weather is continuing to be very weird. Oh, don't tell me it's flipping raining again. Right, I'm just gonna get my washing in. Oh my goodness, it's gone absolutely flipping bonkers. It was pure blue sky a minute ago. These have been in and out twice now. First of all, I hung them out, and then the very second, I was like, oh good, I've nearly hung them out. Little drizzle started to come down. So I was like, ugh, brought them all back in again, hung them up on the airer, went upstairs, started to work, came down for a little coffee break, and then, oh, it's all bright and sunny now, not a cloud in the sky. Popped these out, and nice and hot with the wind to dry them off. Now this, and it's gone all grey and overcast and horrible, but there's blue over there. Right, I'm going to stop going on about the weather. I'm being very British. I'm going to go get the blinking air back out again, finish these off. We've got 2 ironicallys to report. One, ironically, they were dry until it rained again. And other ironically is there's not even that much of it. I didn't really have a full load's worth, but I thought, oh, the weather's so good for drying on the line. I'm just going to wash what I've got. And then, yeah, that happened. Right, that's ready for stirring and stuff. This is from Frozen, by the way, so that's had 2 tablespoons of water in the rice, and then it needs to stir. This is still a little bit frozen in the middle there. It does the job. I have heard that one way to progress in life is, as soon as you can, outsource some of your time. You know, ideally pay somebody to do some of your more tedious tasks. Well, I can assure you I'm not at that point in life. In this recovery from being a single parent, sole carer for 20 years, you know, it can have a knock-off effect on your career depending on your situation. I was full-time caring and full-time educating, so definitely did for me, but there we are. What was I going to say? Yeah, I can't afford to pay anybody to cook my dinners, but I can afford to buy a ready meal for a couple of quid, and then that frees me up some time then, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to pop that back in. Where's my splatter platter gone? Just flick water on myself. 2 more minutes almost. Must be 4 surely. Let's put 4 because it says 10 minutes on there and it's had 6. Oh, some of it's standing for a minute. I'll put it on 3. Right, well that's doing, I can tell you, a most thrilling and exciting life update. Well, it's not really, but I am actually quite excited about it. It's a bit sad really. When I moved into this house, we had a great big wheelie bin on the street, which I did think was not very good because it obstructed the pavement for anybody with wheels. And we also had a big food waste bin. Well, my big food-based bin got stolen quite early on, but I had another one in the garden that the previous owners had left, so I swapped and used that one. And this is what everybody does. And then the big wheelie bins got all taken away because we're not having them anymore, which I think it's right, really. It would be nice if I had one of those sort of places where I could just put it out on bin day, but there would have been nowhere to store it. So anyway, that went. And then we just continued to use our food waste bins. And the other day, that disappeared as well. I don't know if it was stolen. I don't know if the council collected it. Mick, my friend, seems to think that we had some notification that you've got to bring your bins in, otherwise they will take them off and confiscate them. I never saw that notification, but I don't actually live in the same place as Mick. We're not a million miles away, but we're not right next to each other. So I don't know. I honestly don't remember having that notification. Anyway, I've ordered a new one. I went on the council website to look for a customer services number, and I found an option to just order a new bin. So I have, and it's smaller than the other one, and honestly I get rid of very little food waste, and once my daughter moves out there's going to be barely any at all. because most of it is related to her. The vastest majority, like literally when she was in university, I'd have a couple of breadcrumbs where I'd flicked off the chopping board, you know, and even that could probably go in the garden for the birds, because I compost anything compostable just myself. Anyway, oh, dinner's nearly ready. Oh, I'm so hungry. Speaking of my daughter, she's done another self-portrait, but this one is in a completely different style and it's not a realistic style. That's the realistic style one that she did recently, and it took days, possibly over weeks, and hours of work, which I think she did from a photograph. This one she did yesterday, so it's a kind of cartoony style. I don't know if it's got a specific name, this specific style, or if it's something that she's invented. I don't know, but she thoroughly enjoyed that. She was completely engrossed for hours and hours, and she was up, heaven knows what time she went to bed. But yeah, there we are. That's her thing. I'm going to have to clear this all off for the rehearsal. These are the paints that she uses, and they are very expensive. I think they're about 50 quid a set. But as I was saying to her, look, Izzy, you've had hours and hours and hours of enjoyment doing those paintings. You're developing your life skills. And somebody else spending the equivalent amount of leisure hours down the pub, for example, would have spent way more than 50 quid. So if that's what's important to you in life, I think it's worth the expense. And she's also said the problem is once you go on to really high quality art materials, you just never want to go back. It is now food time. I'm all served up, and when I've eaten that, I'm going to attempt to answer a question that I've had on Instagram. But before I do, I'm just going to give you a quick shot of the ingredients, because if that was me, I'd want to know what was in it before deciding whether to try it myself. Right, dinner eaten, filled the hole. I prefer my own cooking mostly, as long as I'm not having one of my meal disasters, which I occasionally do. But anyway, I've had a question on Instagram. Shirley asks, we were just chatting about your band, because she's watched the video with her daughter. We were just chatting about your band. Did you put the band together, or did they find you? I would love to hear the story of how you all got together. Ooh, which band? I'm in at least 3 at the moment, regular ones. Now the regular Kaylee band, I was thinking about this, and I can't remember how it started. I think it existed before I joined it. But I can't remember what the connection was, although I did already play in a band with Guy, who plays melodeon squeezebox in the existing one, but he played guitar in the other one. So it's quite likely that I was recommended by Guy. I can't remember, but I did leave it for a while. I was in it, I think, in the late 90s. Initially, and then I moved to Portugal for a year, and when I came back somebody else had my place in both those bands, but then she moved, and when she did I filled her shoes again, I think in both the bands. Can't quite remember. It's the 90s we're talking here, and early 2000s, so my memory is a little bit hazy on that one. The pub band, might have put it together. Maybe we just put ourselves together. I already played with Dan in the early 2000s in a different band, so I knew him. And the other one's my boyfriend, so obviously knew him. And mind you, even that one, no, we joined another band. See, it's so hazy, it's so long ago. I've been doing this for so many decades. I'm not sure. It had a different lineup, and now it's only the 3 of us. And the other Kaylee band, well, I joined my boyfriend's band. So there we are. That's the answer to that. Now then, I have got 1 hour until my rehearsal starts, and we'll probably be at it a couple of hours, I think. I need to quickly clean up a bit. My house is nowhere near as bad as it was the last time I had a rehearsal, so I've got much less cleaning to do this time. But I do need to clear this kitchen clutter because it's gone a little out of control. Not as bad as the other day, but still needs a bit. I always give the toilet a clean, whether it looks like it needs it or not. When I've got somebody coming around, I just think it's courtesy, and, you know, wipe around the hand basin and all that, make sure the bath, any bits of bathroom that they might use is presentable. And I need to clear that table. I'll probably put the hoover around, although to be fair, it was done quite recently, it's not that bad. But I will anyway. And then hopefully, that only takes me half an hour because I want to do some flute warm up, because I didn't practice at all yesterday because I was just flagging in the flute department. I was knackered, I just wanted a rest. So I didn't practice, I did other things yesterday. Right, I think I'd better get on with that off camera, or it's going to take me longer than the time available. I'll do a before and after, tell you what. Before, after. Forgot I had pans to wash, they're drying on there. Before and after. I don't think it looks much difference, to be honest, apart from a couple of things have moved. Oh, whoops. soap dish can go back there. That's Izzy's soap, that is. She's never had soap in her life, but she suddenly wanted some. As in, you know, bar soap. My mum gave me this the other day. She bought it for herself. It says no harsh smells on it. Well, she said, yes, it is. It's horrible, and I agree, but I've had it anyway. My dad didn't want it either, so I'm just using it. And I'll just go back to what I normally use, which is a spray bottle with water and washing up liquid in. It does for most things. Whoops, forgot to do the before I started. I made a start, moved a few of Izzy's things over, but yes, before. It's all white over the table. I think that's IB's Tipex though, rather than Izzy's paint. Could be Izzy's paint, could be either. That's blue, that's not Tipex. Oh, my poor table. They say a tidy nest is an empty nest, don't they? Seems to be coming off with a bit of a scratch. Oh, that's in the groove, so that's not. I mean, this table is old, but it's still good. It functions very well as a table. So about all the noises, I've just had to put you in autofocus because I'm rushing to get this done. This shouldn't have been my job, frankly. But she's getting ready to leave and get a train, so she wouldn't have had time to do it now. Otherwise I'd have had her doing it. She's on a time limit. Right, after I've got very little time to practice my flute now and I haven't hoovered yet. Right, I'm ready for him. I didn't hoover, did 10 minutes of practice. I'm knackered, I am. I'm ready for a break from playing the flute for a little while, but unfortunately that's not going to happen because I've got a gig tomorrow. And rehearsal now. Well, as soon as he turns up, I'll be getting the coffee put on for us both. He liked my coffee last week, that's for sure. Daughter's gone out. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Do you know what? After this rehearsal, I'm treating myself to a bit of leisure time. I'm not sure what yet, but I just really want some time off. I'm really knackered. Rehearsal is now over. Went perfectly fine. It's about 4:05 now. I'm starving hungry again. What am I like? Honestly, I'm going to have some seitan. It is made of gluten, so if you've got a gluten allergy, don't touch this with a barge pole. It comes in a sausagey-like thing like that. It's very dense and, well, meaty, I suppose. It's vegan. I'm not sure what else is going in the pan with it yet, but I'm going to improvise. It looks like this. This is really different to any seitan I've had abroad because it's more been like, I don't know, stringy and bready almost. This is not as dense and tasty. For those that are interested, this is the ingredients. You can pause to read that if you like. This is what I've settled on. So there's the seitan, cubed, kind of, chopped tomatoes, they were reduced to clear, cherry tomatoes, some mange too, they were reduced to clear as well, green pepper and a flat cap mushroom. I've used some Kikkoman soy sauce, some lemon juice and some sesame oil, a little bit of garlic and some grated frozen ginger. I'm going to pop that back in the freezer. Oh, and a chopped up chilli out of the freezer. Oh wow, that is very tangy, especially because of the lemon juice, but very tasty. I put cheese on it and it was way more filling than I thought. I couldn't finish it all, I'll save it for later. Oh my gosh, so much for my walk out. I'm sitting on my back doorstep to record this. I had a little nap and I slept for nearly 3 hours. And the only reason I woke up was because my daughter banged the door when she came in and it frightened the living daylights out of me. I think I needed the sleep. I think I was still recovering from that late gig the other day. Anyway, I'm going to chill out. I'm going to make myself a coffee. I'm going to sit in my bed and I'm going to watch videos for a bit. I've just polished off lunch, by the way, because I had leftovers. So I don't know what I'm doing about an evening meal. I might not be cooking one now. I might let her fend for herself. She's an adult. It's fine. There's plenty of things she can make for herself. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!